Today I am going to talk about a few things that I've learned, or just I guess a few things that I've learned and a few good inspirational things that I've heard just for the month of July. And it's been pretty cool. You know how you hear something like, that's some good stuff, and you want to share it with other people? It's kind of like one of those type of videos. So I'm going to give a huge shout out to Pure Power, because a lot of this information I heard there, and it's just too good to keep to myself, so I'm going to share it. We had one speaker. Her name was Arjanae Pitts Murdoch, and she came and spoke to us. It was about 150 of us, and she came and spoke to us, and the basis of her lecture was, why do you exist? What would the world be missing if you were not in it? So that was the whole thing about her. And I think, it was, it's a question that we all need to think about. Like, why are you here? What are you bringing to the world? What are you bringing to your relationships, your job, your school? What are you doing? How are you helping? How are you a benefit? How are you an asset? So she had us to create a mission statement that we can live by. So with that mission statement, these things should flow into, I guess, all aspects of your life. So here's my mission statement that I wrote down. And she said that it's normally pretty hard for people to come up with it, but because I already have like a good sense of who I am and what I want for my life. So I, Kiara Meyer, exist to always be a resource for others in order to empower them, because I realize that at the end of the day, when I'm no longer here, I still want them to keep going. You don't want to, I guess, become a crutch for people. They're so used to you there that they don't know how to fend for themselves or use the information that you've given them so that they could continue on. So the second thing, we had a speaker, Pastor Andy Savage. He said he always get asked, how do you know when that person is the one for you? And his answer, he said that it was simple: when you decide that they are. And that made a lot of sense for me. But because Marcus and I have been together for almost 7 years, sometimes like you have those conversations like, you haven't been with other people, how do you know, yada yada yada, you need to experience it. His answer resonated with me, because when you decide that they are, there's always going to be somebody that looks better, it's cool to talk to, you enjoy being around them. I mean, that's always an option. You just have to choose to remove yourself from that situation. You have to choose to not engage in it, because people show you, I guess, who they want you to think they are. So while something may seem good or look good, or somebody may seem cool, it may be something else that's like, no, I'll pass on that. So I thought that was pretty cool. When you decide that they are, you have to decide to make that commitment. There's another thing he talked about, when you think about your funeral, or when you go to funerals, which funeral would you enjoy the most? Going to a funeral where the person has spent their life impacting and influencing others, or a person that spent their whole life just getting a stack of stuff for themselves? Like, which one lives on more? Another thing, shout out to Miss King, Mia King. This is the third and last thing. She kept saying this throughout the whole training: you cannot convey information that you are not competent in. Because she said if you don't have the confidence, you're probably not competent in that information. So I took this, I guess, beyond the educational setting that we were in, and it just made me think about becoming a parent. No, I'm not ready for that yet, but it just made me think about, it's certain things that I hope to instill, in my children. And I feel like I don't want to be one of those parents where I'm saying something but I'm not doing it myself. yeah, those were just 3 things that really stood out to me this month, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it. Hopefully listening to it, you were kind of like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, I didn't think about that. So if this video was helpful to you, or you feel like it would be helpful to someone that you know, please feel free to share it, like it, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Yeah.